So in my hometown of Melbourne in Australia, the Oscars are on during the middle of the day. And I was taking a break from work. I was working from home yesterday and I was taking a break from work and I thought I just watch a little bit of the Oscars while I'm having my lunch. Well, of course, 3.5 hours later, I was still there. And I wondered about the conflicting emotions that come within me, particularly from watching the Oscars. Now, I'm not so much into the red carpet. I mean, everyone looks stunning. I always wonder how long it's been since many of those gorgeous girls had a carbohydrate in anticipation of the Oscars, but they look incredible. And there are many beautiful gowns and gorgeous people to look at, that's for sure. But I came away from watching the Oscars with two different aspects this year. And the first one was gratitude and collaboration. And maybe it struck me about that this year because when I'm working with entrepreneurs, they're often very, very nervous about sharing their ideas. So even when they're asking for help, they might say, oh, well, I'll just tell you about this little bit I need help with, but not the whole thing. Or when they're in networking opportunities, they don't give the really sexy information away about their app or their product because they're worried about it being stolen. Now, I haven't, in my many years of working with executives and entrepreneurs, I have never seen an idea that's been stolen at all, let alone copied in any meaningful way, because you worked really hard on your idea and it's your idea and it's very personal to you. So how someone else would solve the same problem is often completely different. But this situation was brought back to my mind when I was watching and listening to all the speeches, because so many times the Oscar winner paid tribute to someone else that they looked up to. It was very lovely that the very famous director Martin Scorsese was there, and the director who won Best Film said, I grew up studying your movies in Korea and it's so incredible to have you here. And he thanked another director for always putting his own movies on the list of films he wanted to watch and said how generous that was. And I thought, yes, this is amazing. It's amazing. The Oscars, I find, an incredibly positive experience because it's a community, it's a group that doesn't come together very often and they celebrate each other's achievements. I'm sure it's not all peaches and cream necessarily all the time, but certainly the speeches reflected a deep level of gratitude for the collaboration that occurred. But the other part of the Oscars that triggers me a little is the section or the part they have towards the end where they celebrate the lives of everyone in the industry that's passed away that year. And I love this section and I dread it a little at the same time. Those of you who've read my work know that I have been in a number of unfortunate events, including cancer, including a fatal car accident, including being very badly injured during a home invasion. So I've come up against these situations more than once where I either watched someone else pass away or I thought my time was up. So I watched that section on the people who are no longer with us with a mixture of awe and gratitude, but also a sense of there's always time, but today is the time to make a contribution, not to worry about what someone's going to say, not to worry that shouldn't you step out when you're 5 kilos heavier, lighter, younger, older, however that works. It's almost like that Robin Williams movie where he whispered into the boy's ears to seize the day. And so I find the Oscars very confronting, but very, very, very uplifting at the same time. And it makes me very determined. So I'd love to know, please reach out and let me know whether or not there's a similar event that you find confronting, challenging and uplifting. Perhaps it was New Year's Eve this year for you. Did you look back on your last decade and reflect? Or did you look back and think I could have done more? But at the end of the day, however we perceive and experience, however we choose to feel, is up to us. And one thing I know for sure is that if you do the same thing, you have your same life. Feel forwards. Until next time.